have you given any thought to Trump's tariff proposals? Because those have been controversial with some in the business community, and some people got burned by, I remember some agriculture workers saying that the tariffs he had in place first time around really hurt them, some farmers. So, but, this is a critical piece of his plan. So what do you make of his proposed tariffs?
Sure. I think Trump used tariffs. I think you have to think about the context, right? The context was World War II. The rest of the world was decimated. And Marshall Plan, we helped rebuild Europe. Japan had to recover from, the destruction of the war. And all of these governments put in place tariffs to kind of protect their home markets. And that allowed their economies to recover. That allowed Japan to develop an auto industry. And now what's interesting is those tariffs stayed in place even when Japan became, one of the most successful, built one of the most successful auto industries in the world. And Europe, if you think about BMW, Mercedes, and all the various very successful auto companies in Europe, they've had the benefit of tariffs versus the U.S. And that goes for everything from, food and wine and so on and so forth. And I think the United States has been a very open market to the rest of the world. And I think Trump's view is, look, if they're going to use tariffs, we should too. And let's use tariffs as a way to, make the world, get rid of tariffs that are out there. So I think it's a very important negotiating tool. I think he'll be very effective in using it. Now, there's risk associated with tariffs, right? If the response to more tariffs from the U.S. is that the foreign governments decide to put even more tariffs on their own home markets, you can get into sort of a downward spiral, which is very negative for the economy. But I think he's pretty smart and sophisticated. I think he'll have a very capable team working with him. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And, his goal, of course, look, I think President Trump's goal fundamentally is to be the greatest president of all time, right? That has to be his ambition. And, obviously the economy is, if not the most important, certainly one or two. And I would say it's probably the most important issue. And it's something he knows a lot about. And he's going to build a very capable team. And I'm just confident he's going to execute well.
Well, I know you have been a registered Democrat for most, if not all, of your adult life. And when you said, but I'm voting for Donald Trump this time, one of the things you pointed out was if you wanted to destroy this country, one of the things you would do is open the borders. You would just let this influx of migrants come into the country, come into the cities. And while we talk a lot about illegal immigration on this show and elsewhere, it's different when you actually you zoom into a community. Springfield, Ohio was one during this election cycle, but there are many others, and see how that influx is actually changing the way people live without their consent or approval.
Yeah, I think it's a problem. We have a very small version of that in New York City where I live, but it's 200,000 people in a city of 11 million. Springfield, I think, was 20,000 people in a city of 40,000. So obviously, but even in New York, it's had a very significant impact.
Did you see what Mayor Adams said today or yesterday? I think it was, where he said he's not ruling out working with the Trump administration to try to deal with this problem. New York is overwhelmed. There are way too many illegal immigrants, and we already have our problems. It's not like New York was running super efficiently prior to all these buses and flights bringing all these illegal aliens up here.
Look, the interesting thing is that this is, arguably, I certainly believe it to be the best country in the world. And, you see how many millions of people want to come here. And when you have the opportunity of millions of people coming to your country, and immigration is important for growth, for, bringing in talent and so on and so forth, you want to have policies that let in the people you want to let in. And in fact, the way our policies work today, my wife runs a really interesting company, and she has a very talented collection of MIT PhDs that she used to teach when she was a professor. Now she's hired many of them, but many of them are from Germany, other places around the world, and just the challenges in trying to get these incredibly educated in America, brilliant minds. Obviously no criminal records. They're going to help advance our society. It's hard to, can take a year or two, if not more, to bring them into the country if you can do so. Meanwhile, we've allowed sort of unvetted people walk across the border, and then we provide subsidies when they get here. So it's the reverse of a sensible immigration policy. We should take advantage of the fact that this is an incredibly desirable country, and we should pick and choose the right people, and we should vet them carefully. And we need to, one of the things I'm hoping from DOJ, if you will, if if you went to MIT, you don't have a criminal record, and you've got a job at an interesting company in the United States, or you want to build a business here, it should be 30-day process to vet you, right? It shouldn't be a year or 2 years. We should make it really, really easy for the best and brightest to come to America. And we should make it difficult for criminals to cross the border. If not, make it impossible.
Tom Homan is our man. Tom Homan and Steve Miller are going to get that done. I guess under the leadership of Kristi Noem. I will tell the audience the truth. I'm not her biggest fan. I've had her on the show, found her absolutely delightful. And then a couple of things hit that really changed my opinion on her. But I will say this. I don't care about my personal feelings toward Kristi Noem and my own opinion of what kind of a person she is. She's now going to be given one of the most important jobs in the country, and therefore we have to support her and root for her because DHS is big. I mean, it is big. That's a huge, huge responsibility. And, you look at anything would be an improvement over Mayorkas. And I think she is loyal to Trump. She'll work with Trump. She won't push back on his agenda. She's not going to have her own set of priorities. She's going to enact his. And he has made very clear what he wants to happen when it comes to immigration. The Genucel Dark Spot Corrector is back, and it's on sale at Genucel.com. The Dark Spot Corrector reduces the appearance of sunspots, brown spots, discoloration, and even red inflamed patches. And for the holiday preview sale, the Genucel Jawline Treatment is also on sale at Genucel.com. It tightens and sculpts the sensitive skin in the jawline and neck area with Genucel proprietary technology. Plus, new customers will save an additional 50% off the website sale prices automatically at checkout. Best prices on Genucel luxury skincare in their 25-year history. Go to Genucel.com now, order any bestseller or even the Genucel Complete Skincare Package, which includes the classic Genucel Bags and Puffiness Treatment and the Immediate Effects product, all at massive discounts, and still save an additional 50% off your first order at checkout. Genucel.com/MK today. That's GENUCEL.com/MK. And as a special gift, every package order includes a limited edition beauty box with 2 skincare essentials, absolutely free with your order. Genucel.com/MK. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.